Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to make some little pocket fold over inserts. Quick and easy little project to do, and they're pretty cute. So if you like my video, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up and check out my other ones. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you like my video, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up and check out my other ones. So for the first one, we need two 6x6 pieces of paper, and these are just double-sided. You can use, these are just single-sided. You can use double-sided if you want, but not really necessary. So for our first piece of paper, we're just going to fold it in half, and if you have directional paper, you just might want to watch your pattern. This is directional, and I'm just going to be tearing this one, so it won't matter. This one can go either way. So we're just going to fold it in half. Now I cut the top of this on my cutter, so hopefully it's straight, because it was in a little book, so I think it looks straight. And then when we open it up, we have this. So we can go ahead and ink this now, or I'll forget. I'm just going to ink around the edges. And down the center seam. And if you don't want to ink, you don't have to. Nobody's saying you have to ink. And if you have single-sided paper and you don't want the inside to just be plain, you can stamp it or add just another little piece of paper on the inside. We're going to have pockets in here, so most of the white will be covered. Now, I could probably go ahead and ink around the outside too, then I don't have to do it later. I have so many ideas floating around in my head that I want to do, and I can actually say this week I'm kind of getting ahead on my videos a little bit, which is a good thing, but today we're having problems with our internet, so right now I'm just filming this, but hopefully I'll be able to upload my video later. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tear down this side, and we're going to tear down this side as for our pockets. So, and then you want to leave some in the center because we're going to have a belly band on the front. So we're just going to tear some. Try not to be too wild here. I don't want to ruin my paper. Have an awful lot of that white going on. Okay, so that one's a little bit bigger. And we'll try it like about in here for this one. I really don't know how wide the belly band has to be for on the front. I haven't made one yet. So let's fold this over and check this out. Yeah, that'll be okay. So that'll be our belly band. So now we're just going to go ahead and ink these. And like I say, this is a really quick project. And if you have 12 by 12s that you want to use up, that maybe have just been sitting there forever, you could do a mass make on these. Just cut your 12 by 12s into your 6-inch squares. And you could make a bunch of them that way. Sometimes, even if I have to do a 6 by 6 project, I don't want all of that white on there. Sometimes I'll just take my 12 by 12s, depending on what it is, and I'll cut it down. Because even if I use one for the project that I'm doing, I can always use the rest of them for something else. Okay, so that looks good. Now we'll go ahead. And like I say, this is directional, so I have to make sure that these pockets are on the sides that they're on. And if you have digitals and you want to just cut them down into 6-inch squares, you can also do that. Just ink up my fingers here a little bit too. Okay, so that's our belly band. So now we're going to just glue our pockets in. Here it is. So how's everyone doing today? Hopefully we're getting a lot of crafting done. Anybody working on any big projects? I find if I have to work on a big project, I can't find time to do any small stuff. And then sometimes I get a little discouraged because then I feel like, let me put this paper down, I feel like I'm not getting anything accomplished. Let me just fold this out. Okay, so there's that one. Now we'll fold over to our front and attach our belly band. And we're just going to glue along the top and the bottom. I better open this up so I don't glue my pages shut. That wouldn't be a good thing. Okay, now I'm going to decorate my belly band a little bit. I am going to run a piece of ribbon down here. And then I'm going to glue this into the center of it because I like the sunflowers against this orange, and then we have orange in here. to go with our sunflower, so I think it'll all go good together. So we'll just run a little glue down the center. And then I actually forgot my paper for to go underneath the belly band, so in a minute I'll have to grab that. Let me see. Okay, I want a little bit of the flower at each end. And we'll just go ahead and trim that off. We'll just put this in the center. I guess I better put a little glue down this side right here. Then I'll have to grab a little gem to put right on there. Now there's little lines right here that you can write something on. If you want to call that a special little folder of sorts. So I think that's cute. And then the belly band is under here. Now we'll put some tags in here. We have these two tags. We have a little bird and we have butterflies. So I think I want to round these corners. I like my corners rounded. And then I'll just ink around them a little bit. How many of you like long projects and how many like shorter projects? Seems like, I don't know, I just don't have enough hours in the day for both. I don't know why. Okay, there's one. I'm only going to ink the front of them. So one can stick in that side and one can stick in that side. And then I just have a couple pieces of coffee dyed paper. Figured we would just fold them over. Let me see. Is it going to even, are you even going to notice it in there if it's folded over? Probably what we could do is just leave it out there ways and then fold this end under. I see a lot of YouTubers, they'll put their papers in their journals and if it's too long, they just fold one little edge over. So we could probably fold one little edge over here and stick that in there, and then you have your full sheet, right? Sure. So I still want to round my corners. So I'm going to round the corner on the fold too, because then when it's folded out, I think it looks pretty cool. I like the way this looks. So we'll go ahead and ink this. This even looks like the starting of another little pocket. that can go in there. And our little butterflies can go in there. Hey, that works well. So we can do the same thing here. We can just fold this over. I like this idea now. I might start doing this once in a while. Let me just trim this. Oops. Well, I'm supposed to be trimming it, not resizing it. Now this piece is not cutting like the other piece did. I'm making a mess over here. And then we'll ink this one. So if you was going to do a mass make on this, you could figure out what all of your tags and everything that's going in your pockets, you could have them all done in advance. And then just fold up your papers, glue them down, and put them all together. That one maybe I should have made a little tiny bit narrower, but that's all good. All right, let me grab something for under my belly band real quick. Okay, so I just used some coffee dyed paper and made a little trifold. And I think it's cute. I inked it in orange, stamped some little orange flowers. So that will fit right under there. And I think that'll be good. Then for our little thing up here, I don't have the yellow ones or orange ones, so I'm just going to put a little green one on to go with the green leaves. And that'll just help it to stand out a little bit, because most everything is orange. So there we go. That's that little pocket fold over. So we have our little belly band here with our trifold and our little tags and fold out papers. So I think the first one turned out cute. If you want to decorate the back one, you can. If you glue these into your journal, you could glue these 3 sides and you could have another little tuck spot over here, or 3 sides here and do a skinny tag in top, whichever you would like. Now this one we're going to do with just 1 sheet of paper, and we're going to use the little scoreboard, and it's just to know where our score marks are. Oops, just throw it around. We're going to do our first score at 3 inches. Even though we know you fold it in half, that's 3 inches. Then we're going to go over here and we're going to score at 1 inch. And then we're going to come over here and score at 5 inches. Okay, so that's all we're going to do there. Let me put this back on there and we can move this. Then we're just going to fold these over. And there it is. We'll just fold these down. I like this paper. Now the lines actually do go up and down, but if you wanted them to go sideways, you could. Okay. Now we're going to, before we do anything else, we're going to kind of figure out where the center is. And it's going to be right about in there. And I'm going to do a little, just a little thumb notch. I have to grab my circle punch. Okay, I'm going to use my little bit bigger one, but I'm not going to go in very far because it is just a very shallow pocket. There it is. Just kind of figure out there where I want to punch it. Okay, so just kind of a shallow cut. Now we're going to go ahead and ink this. Just ink all around the edges. Probably won't show up a whole lot on the outside of this blue. It should show up a little bit though. Okay, now we can fold these down, do a little on these. I don't think that one inked very good. And let's fold this one down and ink this one. And I'm just going to fold this in half, ink along this center seam just so you can see it. Good enough. Okay. Now we can go ahead and glue these pockets down. We're only going to do the two sides. So now this single one goes even faster because you're only doing just the pockets where you don't have to tear anything. Just use one sheet. And this front side's going to be real narrow. Before we do our tags, I want to go ahead and decorate the front of it. I think all I'm going to do, and I'm hoping this is not too big. I think it'll be just fine. If I have to, I can just trim a little tiny bit off here. I just want to put this little flower pot on here, and then we're just going to have a little butterfly up here. And that's all we're going to do on the front. Let me just kind of ink around the edges of this a little tiny bit, just to highlight them. Just maybe highlight in there a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to glue this down here, then I'll put my lace over it. Ooh. I have a mess there. I'll just kind of wipe that off. Wasn't paying attention to my glue. Sometimes Fabri-Tac does have a mind of its own. It can stay up away from the bottom a little bit. And we can just go around this little butterfly just a little bit. Don't know that that really even did anything, but that's okay. And that's going to be the front of this little fold out. Give him his little antennas. And I really don't know. Maybe I should just cut this one off. I think the other one's all right. Yeah, we'll just cut it off. Okay. Now, for our tags, I have a couple of these, and we'll just ink around these real quick. And then I want to see if I fold these over, if I can put these in here also. And I can, I'll just fold these in half. It's just some more coffee dyed paper. And I'm going to round the corners. I think I should be able to do all of them at the same time. Save me a little time. Okay. I think I got all of them right. And I'll just go ahead and ink these up a little bit. I'm just doing it with my ink pad because it goes faster. So this will be extra journaling space. And I think this is just cute idea for making other kinds of pockets. Okay, so that's done. So we have our little fold outs, our little, they're just little folded in half. Them can go in there, or you can have your fancy rounded edge out, and just our little tags with our butterflies and our flowers, and that just folds over. Now another thing that you can do is these corners can be rounded, and I was going to do that on the last one and I kind of forgot all about it. I think I'm going to do it on all 4 corners and just barely ink a little bit, and then open it up and we'll see what it looks like. Isn't that cute? I like it. I like it rounded better. So I think I'm going to round the other one. I better cover up that blue, or I'll have blue on my orange. And I'm going to go ahead and round these. Oh, you know what? I gotta glue my lace on my blue one. Let me get my orange. I like these a lot better rounded, but completely up to you as to what you like. And then you'll want to make sure that your pocket doesn't come unglued. And if you want to decorate this part here, if you want to decorate your pocket, you can do that. Okay, let me wipe this mess off, and I'll glue my lace over this one, and then we'll be all done. So we'll just have that little flower right in the center and have them 2 catching the sides. I like to make sure my lace is kind of like evened out, if at all possible. We'll have that in the center and that on the side. And that just gives it a little extra something. So there we go, everyone. What do you think of our fold outs? I think they're kind of cute. So that's our video for today. How many of you think you're going to give it a whirl? Make some. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and I hope you come back to see me for my next video. And until then, everyone, have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye for now.